Welcome back for another video. Today what we're going to talk about is the fastest ways to earn Spirit Wisps in Anime Vanguards Update 1.5. This is a pretty new update just released today. So first and foremost, what are the uses of Spirit Wisps? Before we continue though, don't forget to like and subscribe because our goal is to reach 50,000 subscribers before the end of the year and only you guys can help me do that. Now before we move on, let's click on summon right here. We got nothing. Let's try and do that one more time. Summon 10 times right here. We got skins. So essentially what this does is the summoning here, but with Spirit Wisps, can give you skins for certain mythical units. These are the mythical units like right here. And it can also give you exclusive units like Puini, and then these right here, Puini and also Mimi, Okarun, Puini, and then I don't know who this one is. It's not showing up here, but yeah. And also, you could get a secret skin for Igris and then the new Vanguard Diavolo, which is 0.0005%. Absolutely insane. So, it's relatively hard to get, I know. So today what we're going to do is how do you get it like very fast? The fastest way to do it is through the infinite right here. Now, there's no other way to do it besides this. I don't think there's other ways to do it. Of course, you can pay money to do it. But the fastest way to do it is clear Act 1, 2, 3, unlock Infinite, hop on Infinite, and then follow exactly what I'm going to do because I'm going to be guiding you guys on how to farm this game mode easily. By the way, if you guys can hear my generator in the background, it's because we have been struck by a pretty bad storm and it's still here and the damages are still here. So I need to use my generator for power. Now, as you guys can see right here, this new update does include a bunch of stuff such as modifiers. Now, what these do is you can pick from these modifiers and this will modify the way you play the game. Now, there are certain ones that you really need. Now, the ones that you really need are going to be, the starting one that you really need is going to be King's Burden, which will give your units Monarch. Okay, not permanently, but it will give your units Monarch for the duration of the Infinite. Now, as you guys can see right here, I restarted the match. Then right here, I have King's Burden. King's Burden will grant all of your units the Monarch trait, but it will reduce the yen income from waves and farm by 40%, which is actually pretty good. So this is a modifier. It will make the game easy for you. And from my testing, it's the one that I found the most success with. Now, the lineup that you need to have in order to be successful with this game mode is going to be as follow. Number one, you're going to have Songjin Woo and also Alukard. Now, these two units right here are very important because they're going to be summon units. Summon units are actually very overpowered as long as you have Monarch on them. So, Songjin Woo and then also Alukard become insanely overpowered with the Monarch trait because their summons are going to get Monarch damage as well, which means their summons are going to have more HP, which will lead to more damage, which is actually very effective in killing bosses. And then after that, you're going to need Gojo. Now, the reason why Gojo is here is because he has the highest Monarch damage in the entire game. On top of that, he's also immune to basically all stuns, and there's a lot of stuns in this game mode, so you need him. So, also Gojo does also have a slow ability or a stun ability, which is going to be very useful. Then after you have Alukard, Songjin Woo, and Gojo, you're going to get Igris as a damage unit, just like Gojo, and he's also unaffected by stun. And then also, by the way, this one right here is very overpowered. It's also what makes summon abilities very overpowered because it decreases active ability cooldown timer by 50%, which means Gojo Slow is going to have 50% faster cooldown. Alucard Summon is going to have 50% faster cooldown. What else? Songjin Woo's summons are going to have faster cooldown as well. It's very overpowered. That's one of the reasons why I require you guys to bring Alucard. And then, so once you have Gojo, Songjin Woo, Alukard, and Igris, you're gonna need to have a slow unit. So this could be anyone, but in my opinion, Julius is the best because he's gonna get Monarch and additional mod, and that will actually give you some more damage. So that's one of the reasons why he's here. And then also, you're gonna have Sprint Wagon. Not Sprint Wagon, Takaruda. And this is going to give him a little bit more. This is going to give you a little bit more gold than you would usually get. Okay. So it's going to give you less gold, but it's going to give you enough gold in my opinion. So you can actually not bring Sprint Wagon and bring someone else like Toji, but personally I bring Sprint Wagon because I found him to be quite helpful. And I also put down my units right here in the middle because that's where they're the most effective. And if you have Alucard, I would just upgrade Alucard first. If you don't have Alucard, by the way, you can replace him with Toji. If you have Toji, Toji is pretty good for killing bosses. But Sung Jinwoo has to be here because of his ability to basically summon NPCs or summon mobs. That will be very useful and powerful if combined with the press it modifier. Okay, so I'm going to activate the full AoE in Alucard first. And yeah, by the way, another thing that I want to mention is do not pick any of the damage modifiers early on. So only pick the damage modifiers, I think, around wave 10 above. Only pick the difficulty modifiers, sorry, not damage modifiers, but the difficulty modifiers past wave 10 or wave 20. Because if you pick it too early or if you pick it extra early, you might actually struggle against these enemies. So I suggest wait, be patient, wait until wave 10 before selecting a difficulty modifier, because that will make it much more easier and much safer. But then after around wave 10, that's when you can start going crazy with the damage modifier or with the difficulty modifiers. The difficulty modifiers is going to be what's going to give you more amount of Spirit Wisp. So the better difficulty modifiers you have, or the harder the difficulty is with those modifiers, the more Spirit Wisps you're going to get. So it also depends on how good your setup is, depends on how good your team is. But if I were you, again, I would only start taking those difficulty modifiers past wave 10. Especially around the time when you have upgraded most of your units to where they can survive, right? Because wave 10 is also when the boss appears. So maybe around wave 15, maybe around wave 11, or maybe around wave 20. It depends on when you're comfortable, but definitely not under wave 10, because under wave 10 it might be a little bit too difficult for you. There are some hard ones that you shouldn't pick. Champions, I wouldn't pick champions. Strong, I would pick strong. Speed is probably good as well. Dodge is kind of iffy. I probably wouldn't pick dodge if I were you, because it might be very annoying. I think I might pick speed and strong. I don't really know about dodge. I don't really pick it that much, but I pick speed and strong because, again, I have Gojo, and Gojo can slow along with Julius. He can also have some slow abilities. So those are the ones that I really pick. There's other difficulty modifiers, but the one that I always pick is strong and then speed. Also, by the way, you can pick some, or you can get some of the talismans here. I don't really know what the talismans do, but I think the talismans do damage to the bosses, because after I pressed it once, that boss right there just died. And also, you are going to need at least 2 talismans, because there are going to be NPCs in the game, or sorry, there's going to be bosses in this specific game mode that you're going to need to use a talisman before you can start damaging them. So you can't actually macro this game mode, I think, which is pretty decent. So you're gonna actually need to farm it, because again, you need the talismans and you need to use it against those bosses. So you can't really macro this game mode, which is actually kind of nice because it rewards actually playing the game, right? So yeah, that's pretty good. So one of the things that you have to keep in mind when doing this event is that this event does actually take a while to complete. So you do also need to consider how to get the most out of your time. Again, I mentioned earlier that specific modifiers can give you more Spirit Wisps, as you guys can see right here. Strong 3 can give you 35% more event currency. Speed can also give you 35% more event currency. However, this will make your game much harder. So it again depends on you, how much harder you want it to be and how much harder you think you can complete it. Because if you don't pick any of these difficulty modifiers right here, you're going to get a lot less than what you could potentially get. For example, I've seen people get 4,000, 5,000 Spirit Wisps in one infinite because they pick a lot of those difficulty modifiers. I got my highest is 3,000. Personally, I want to always keep it safe. I think for me, 3,000 is already pretty good. But there are other people out there that can go way higher than 3,000 and get like 4,000 or 5,000. It all depends on how good you are at the game. Me personally, I'm not really that confident because when I play this game mode, I edit. So it depends on you, on how high or how difficult you want it to be. But remember this, the more difficult it is, the more wisps you get. Okay? The easier it is, the safer it is for you. but also it's going to be you're also going to get a lot less Spirit Wisps if you keep it super easy. So that's pretty much it for today's video. If you enjoyed this video, then don't forget to like and subscribe. But again, if you follow every single guide that I had here, you are going to easily complete this game mode. You're going to easily get a lot of Spirit Wisps. Just follow everything that I said right here. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Don't forget to like and subscribe.